Subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss another update from India Forums.
At the core of it, it's a very Indian story, but it has a global appeal to it.
When you're on set now, you can see it in his eyes that he trusts you. There's no doubt in his eyes कि यार ऐसा नहीं ऐसा करना ये नहीं. He gives you full confidence that go ahead with it.
We didn't really deliver those lines as jokes, we didn't really intend a laughter out of that.
Directors that you really look up to, never think that you're going to work with them. So I'm fortunate I got a chance to work with them and take direction from them.
हम ready थे कि सर हमके पैर पकड़ लेते हैं, आप please कर लो.
Socio-economic divide, capitalism, man versus nature, greed, survival, drama, inclusivity, diversity. और इन सब के बीच में थोड़ा सा ह्यूमर और थोड़ा सा रोमांस भी. नहीं आप कोई अपनी स्कूल की किताब खोल के नहीं बैठे हैं जहाँ पे आपको ऊपर वाले जो वर्ड सुने वो आपको रट्टा मारना पड़ रहा है, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. बल्कि ट्रस्ट मी व्हेन आई से दीज आर अमंग्स द फ्यू थिंग्स दैट आर बीइंग एक्सप्लोर्ड इन नेटफ्लिक्स काला पानी. बट ट्रस्ट मी व्हेन आई से ऑल्सो कि जितनी बुरी तरह से मैंने इसको बोला है ना, उससे काफ़ी अच्छी तरह से इसे दर्शाया गया है. तो चलिए इस काला पानी में डुबके लगाते हैं, फिग्यूरेटिवली ऑफ कोर्स. ट्रस्ट मी आपको सच में नहीं लगाना है. विद द वन एंड ओनली द क्रिएटर्स ऑफ द शो Saxena, Biswapati Sarkar, the budding talents Amey, Wagh and Arushi Sharma, and of course the one and only Ashutosh Gowariker. Hi guys, thank you so much. Kunal from India Forums, thank you so much for being with me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kunal.
Nice intro.
Very nice.
Thank you so much. So I'll start with you guys, of course. I mean, we all associated you with, the kind of content we've loved. Yeah, you are the OGs, and it's been already said so much. But my question to you is, we know कि ये germ of the idea कहाँ से आया? How did it happen? We've heard that. My question to you is, what were the external factors that you all had to take care of? I don't mean the challenges, because वो भी पता चल गया था. But the kind of external, because this is your first non-comedic and completely out of what you're known for kind of show. So what were the external factors that you all made sure to take care of and you were concerned about?
Okay,
so apart from basically of course it's very emotional, and writing those emotional scenes are exhausting. But apart from that, actually once you crack the plot, things like these are easier to write compared to a comedy, because in a comedy you have this pressure that you have to make people laugh every few seconds. So that pressure wasn't here. The other thing was that we really believed in the story. We really believed that this is something which people need to watch, which we are very excited about, and we knew we'll get a good pool of actors to play these characters. So all of those factors, I think, played heavily on our mind, and we were very confident कि जो कर रहे हैं वो बहुत अच्छे से बनेगा.
Right. Simi, would you like to add?
Yeah, what was also different this time was just the scale of the show. It's been mounted on a huge scale, and it's again something which we haven't done before. So I remember having long calls with Monica and Tanya where they stressed on making it very cinematic, because at the core of it, it's a very Indian story, but it has a global appeal to it.
Sure.
And that's why we wanted to kind of have a certain look to it. That's something that we really worked upon a lot. Just the whole soundscape of it, the BGM of it, the way it looks. Because we had a very good solid script on our hands. We just wanted to take it notch up. And a lot of other departments also came together to achieve that vision.
Right.
So I guess it was very challenging, very new for us. But absolutely fulfilling journey so far.
I'm sure it absolutely is. Of course, coming to you, Arushi, let me get this right. तमाशा करते करते लव आजकल में अपने जादूगरी मचा दी. I'm glad I got that part right. My question is that there has always been a sort of contemporary feel to the kind of roles you've played in the best way possible. Very much belonging to that world. You are in that sense here as well. From what I've seen the first episode, by the way. Already loved it. That we'll come to that later. But of course, as I said, you do belong to this world as well. But it's very interesting that your character is kind of the audience view as well. because आप उस actually world में है नहीं, not even a tourist like the other characters are.
Yeah.
So what is the kind of, I mean, of course it's all there in the script, but what is the kind of thing that you brought to the table? You felt that, okay, ये मुझे इस view से ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा, or I have to make sure this is how I prep for it.
Yeah, you're right. Like, she doesn't live in Andamans. She lives somewhere else, but she has her roots in Andamans. So, कई बार ऐसा होता है that we come back to our old school, we relive our old memories. It's that kind of that's the first initial feeling that my character has. But what was the question? How did I prepare?
Yeah, I mean, how did you prep for it, or what did you have that kind of an intent when you were looking at it, or it was a cohesive story?
I think the first thing that was in my mind was the emotional depth of the character. I felt like I could go deeper and deeper, and there's no, like, I can't see like, okay, this is where I should stop. This is not what my character should do or not do. So that was something which is very exciting as an actor, I feel. And there were a couple of things. There's a lot of like mental, like mental trauma that my character has, which you will see when you will watch the rest of the episodes. But that's also something that, gives you a viewpoint, how to see different people, how to empathize with different characters. And I think that's how I prepared for it. But the major chunk of it was the emotional depth and the emotional journey of Jyotsna.
I'll continue a little bit to that, because you are among the few people who's worked with Sameer sir twice now.
Yeah.
What is the best and worst part about him? I'm sure she's going to be very diplomatic with the worst part, I know, but I want to get something out of that.
I think the best part is when you're on set now, you can see it in his eyes that he trusts you. There's no doubt in his eyes कि यार ऐसा नहीं, ऐसा करना, ये नहीं. He gives you full confidence that go ahead with it. And when you see, like, it's very important, you have to see this confidence in your director's eyes when you're on set especially, and he gives you that. There's no, like, you can't overburden the actor with a lot of instructions.
Right.
You have to give wings to the actors, and he knows how to do that. And also Golu sir, who has also directed this. Like, I remember one day, so there was this scene where it was a dramatic scene, and I knew that there'll be a lot of crying involved and all of that. And there were like 5-10 minutes left before the scene had to start, and he came to me and he was like, हम सेटअप कर रहे हैं, तो इस सीन में रोना तो है ही, बट तो कुछ और भी सोच, और क्या कर सकते हैं. And those 5-10 minutes na, like, so all I want to say is that he gave me the responsibility. तू सोच, और क्या कर सकते हैं. And I feel we were able to manage to do more than just crying, because there's a lot going on, it's not like किसी से खिलौना छीन रहे हैं or crying. It's like there's a lot going on with these characters. So I feel like that confidence, you start believing in your own instincts. That's very important. Sure. And I've learned it through him during Jadugar, and of course with this it was a huge responsibility to do this character.
Of course, I knew कि वो वर्स्ट को मस्त से टैकल करने वाले हैं, but no, I completely understand. And of course, Amey, again, I'll be very bad at this, but OTT तो super से ज़ाला तुम्ही. That's where my Marathi prowess ends. And before I go on to insult the language even more ahead, I'm extremely sorry. But Amey, I mean, it's been such a fantastic couple of years for you, even for a while. Not just here, but in Marathi cinema as well. What I love about the characters, such varied roles also, by the way. What I love about it is sab mein there is a tinge of humor, even if it's the worst character possible. There is, I'm sure, again, बहुत सारे script में होता है. But I think there is something very inherent, very inherently that you bring to the table. Like that first scene, again, spoiler alert, but itna bada spoiler nahi hai. The scene in the first episode with Mona, both those scenes, so much sass and sarcasm. Oh my God, I loved it. But as I said, it's there in the writing, but is it something that comes naturally to you, or you just, you really prep upon it, or how is it?
सगळ्यात आधी तुझं अभिनंदन, तू छान मराठी बोललास.
Thank you.
So I don't know, I think maybe because they've seen my work before and there is some amount of sarcasm attached to Ketan, maybe that's why they cast me, I don't know. And about the sarcasm, I'll blame it on the city that I come from. Pune is famous for its sarcasm. So maybe I inherited it from my city itself, from my upbringing. But I don't know, पता नहीं यार, मतलब मैं तो ऐसे सोचता नहीं हूँ. I think मतलब we didn't really deliver those lines as jokes, we didn't really intend a laughter out of that. I think the best part about Ketan is he is in such a vulnerable situation that and vulnerable situations bring out extremes in human beings. Either there's too much of drama or there's too much of humor in it.
Right.
So as humor dwells in such situations. So I think it's not really played to the gallery, but yeah, I think that's the beauty of his writing also and his direction also. If it's coming out that way, then I'm guessing we are successful to some extent. Hai na?
Absolutely, absolutely. And of course, coming to the man himself, sir, I mean, I was in fact one of the few people who asked you the same question, but it's a very different version. Almost 2 decades plus and just 2 acting projects. Of course, you were busy creating other magic on screen. We all know that. But, what, is it something that was it one of those cases that now you really missed acting because it's been such a long time and you were rather picky and now you want to explore a little more?
No, I miss acting throughout.
Yeah.
Throughout the 20 years, I've missed acting. But somewhere the acting gets, the thirst for it is quenched when I'm directing actors. So as a director, when I'm, or writing, even when you're writing lines or whatever, you have to think like the character. And when you think like the character, you're actually performing. So I've been very happy doing that. I, of course, wanted to do many, many films as an actor, but A Ventilator and after that, this one, are some things that I felt that I can contribute to. I will suit the part. Is first I have to feel that inherently. And I always ask the directors that, do you think I suit the part? Are you confident that I'll play this?
Right.
Because if they're confident, then I can really run along with them. So that becomes a very important decision-making factor for me. In this particular case, it was, these 3 guys, I've been seeing their works for so many years. And each time, whenever I saw their new content coming out, it always amazed me that the same guys who did that, these are the same guys that did this.
Correct.
So when they come to me with Kaala Paani, I couldn't believe it that they have come to. So I thought my first thing was, is Kaala Paani a humorous show?
Yeah.
What is it?
Exactly.
But then when they said survival drama, even at first I thought survival drama, kuch humor hoga, black hoga. But it wasn't the case.
Yeah.
And I found myself saying yes after I heard my character, which they had for me, and their confidence in me that I can do it. And somewhere I can say that, you sometimes have directors that you really look up to. Never think that you're going to work with them. So I'm fortunate I got a chance to work with them and take direction from them.
I know, right? Yeah, I get what you felt.
Maybe we felt this in the first meeting when he said, "Oh, I've seen your work," and we were like, "Oh, अच्छा, चलो meeting ही सफल हो गई." Even if he says no, चलो.
हम ready थे कि सर हमके पैर पकड़ लेते हैं, आप please कर लो.
Absolutely, absolutely. Coming back to you, sir, a little from the show. Of course, it's a given and stating the obvious. You've been known for your grandeur, the opulence that you brought to these legendary films over the years. And now we know that, but a film has always had that idea of being a little limited because of the run times and everything.
Yeah.
Now the long format allows you that liberty to go bonkers with storytelling and try what you want to.
Yeah.
I'll put Sanjay Leela Bhansali in the same bracket because he's also known for the same thing.
Yeah.
And he's doing Hira Mandi for with Netflix. Thank you, your Netflix, thank you. Yeah, there's your plugin already. So, I mean, I don't mean with them, but do we see, will you be formulating ever such a content? And please say yes.
I want to,
Yeah.
but I do it only after I've perfected the art of writing it. Because the script has to be, the way you tell the story through 8 episodes, 10 episodes, it's a different craft altogether. I've never been scared of duration. I've made the longest films. So this long form, really, I love it.
Yeah.
But the way every episode should pan out is something very, very important. And I am willing to learn from whoever collaborates with me, because it's something really new for me. If these guys were free, I would have taken their help. But they are just back to back doing stuff.
Right.
But I've been on set and I've observed them as directors. I've observed I don't know whether I mentioned to you, I read the script 3-4 times just to understand how you've structured it, to get a grasp of how that storytelling is.
Of course.
So yes, that is easily the next ambition that I would love to someday. But I have to feel that 100% confidence
Right.
that I'm going to make this right.
Correct. True. Fantastic. And just to end on a rather lighter note, you guys have been parody kings, okay? I mean, everybody has loved your parodies, all right? Some people still remember. I've binge watched it like ample times. So here I'm going to ask you a question. You know, जब sir साहब पहले मिले या आपको set पे आए, have you ever gone like saying कि अजीमुशा शहंशाह or like just saying कचरा छूके दौड़
मैंने सर को एक बार मैसेज किया था जब बारिश होने चालू हुई थी। मैं कहा सर आप क्या विंडो के बाहर खड़े होकर घनन गाते हैं क्या? मैं रैंडम और उस दिन आई जस्ट मैसेज हिम क्योंकि गाना चल रहा था रेडियो पे, अचानक याद आया। मैं कहा सर आप ऐसा खड़े होके विंडो के बाहर कोई नहीं है और आप घनन गा रहे हैं क्या? क्योंकि मैं अगर बना चुका होता तो मैं तो गाता।
Of course. And just to add on and end this up, if there was a parody where you could have Ashutosh Gowariker being cast, what would that be?
Ashutosh Gowariker being cast.
Yeah, like he would play someone or parody someone.
To play someone?
Yeah. Anything, anything that, or maybe something you'll have already done and you would have wanted him to, do it.
Blanking. Absolutely, you're blanking.
काला पानी की पैरोडी करेंगे तो सर को इन्हीं के रोल में कास्ट करके सर कहेंगे सर अब थोड़ा फन करते हैं।
I somehow imagine him as Ornab as well, I don't know. It would be so much fun. He would bring something very different to the table.
As Arnab?
Yeah. I don't know. It's a weird feeling, but I think he'll ace it.
But
he will ace anything.
Yeah, true.
He's just thinking that best क्या होगा? I think
of course.
काला पानी का ही parody अगर
काला पानी का parody done है. So they already have a new show ready.
Yes.
इस बार parody बन
Good
जाएगा.
idea.
I don't know, he's up for it. Like,
हाँ, we haven't checked yet.
हम तो casually बोल रहे हैं.
who was the character? Who am I parodying? This is worth parodying.
Fantastic, guys. Thank you so much. This was so much fun. And thank you so much for your time. I've seen the first episode I mentioned. I cannot wait to see the rest and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.